This is an awesome celebration and an opportunity to enjoy and celebrate together. Now, it did take me a long time to write this speech, but it wasn't because I didn't really have anything to say. It was because I had too much to say, so I kind of had to whittle it down, because writing a best man speech that makes you laugh, and tear up, and smile, maybe chuckle a little, all in about 3 minutes is not really a small task. But let's do this. Okay. For clarification, I am Michael's older brother. He just happens to be my little brother and bigger, taller, faster, stronger. We generally don't tell him those things. For starters, I would like to nod to Michael's best man speech at my wedding. Many, many moons ago, I did indeed have him as my best man, and his speech was pretty good. I remember you saying oh so confidently, that you were the best man. But it is 2024, and I am happy to say that you have relinquished that title and have stated me as the best man. So thank you very much. Okay, Michael and Sarah, a good marriage is like a stew. All the ingredients have to mix together just right, otherwise it's just soup. You guys look good in white and gray. Have I told you that tonight? For those of you that don't know, growing up, Sarah's two older brothers, we were pretty good friends with me and Michael, especially in middle school years. That's when we hung out a ton. Those were pretty solid play dates, and we spent many a Super Bowl together shooting basketball. And Michael and Tyler were pretty good friends, and me and Jason always had a great time beating up on them in basketball. And then, of course, there was little sister Sarah. Not ever really a major annoyance, but she did occasionally steal the football during some of our games. So Michael calls me one day, and he's like, hey, Sarah Freeman's visiting Savannah, running a marathon. We're going to meet up for coffee or something. So I did have a couple thoughts. I was like, okay, Sarah, it's Jason's little sister. It's like, one, well, running a marathon made sense, I guess. She was pretty quick in the past, like stealing basketballs and stuff from us. So I was like, okay. But the second thought was much more concerning. I figured, shoot, if me and Jason don't play our cards right on this one, we could be getting both little siblings for the next however at every family gathering. Actually, honestly, I thought, Michael, you better not mess this one up. I'm happy to say Michael did not mess this up. We got Sarah, an incredible woman from an incredible family, so way to go, man. Sarah, we are thrilled to have you as part of our family. I am looking forward to getting to know you better and better throughout the years at all our family gatherings and as a sister-in-law. It is obvious that you make Michael happy, and I am excited to see you two grow up together in your marriage. Michael, you are now a married man. That's right. Know that I'll always be there for you, 100% backing you. I am 100% Team Michael Sarah. I love that you and I talk regularly. I'm sure I inundate you with good advice and bad advice, pretty much all the time. Yeah! I know. I love it. He's just looking for Morris. He's Morris's over there in the corner, bud. Okay, so I'll leave you just one little piece of advice. This is 100% true and undoubtedly will be the cause for a successful marriage. Rock solid. So Michael, the advice is, Sarah is going to always be right. And even when she's not, she's still going to be right. That's not actually really advice from me, but rather it's kind of just a funny way of speaking truth. And that truth is love is patient, and love is kind, It's not jealous. It does not brag. It's not arrogant. It does not act disgracefully. It does not seek its own benefit. It is not provoked. It does not keep an account of wrong suffered. It does not rejoice in unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth. It keeps every confidence. It believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. It's 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. Michael, from the first meetup with Sarah in Georgia that kicked this whole thing off, to the panic calls about being concerned she wasn't going to like the ring, I think you did a pretty good job. It has been an absolute joy to watch you fall in love with your bride. Sarah, you can be confident that Michael will treasure you. He will fight for you, for the two of you, and he will always stand by your side. I trust that you will care for him, respect him, speak truth to him, and be his helper. Marriage is an incredible gift from the Lord, and I remind you both to always rest and put your hope in the Lord, not each other. Be that incredible earthly gift to one another. As husband and wife, support each other, pursue Christ, and live a life that is pleasing to the Lord. And I know, one thing at a time, but Lord willing, the being fruitful and multiplying part would be pretty sweet. My kids are rooting for more cousins, so. Married life is exciting. Hold on tight to one another. Congratulations. Please toast to Michael and Sarah.
Thank you, David. All right, you guys. Next speech will be from our maid of honor, Allie. We're going to welcome up Allie to the stage. Come on up, Allie.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. I was not homeschooled, so I did not write mine down. So we're going to fly off the cuff here. Don't boo me. So I am Sarah's maid of honor, best friend. We have gotten to live together for 6 years. That is 2,200 days. That's a lot of time to spend together. And it's been pretty great. I'm going to go more funny because if I don't, I'll cry. So we're going to take the humorous route here. But Sarah and I have lived together for 6 years, which is a really long time. She moved to Atlanta. And if you know Sarah, I am very different than Sarah. We're about as opposite as can be. So I moved to Atlanta with a plan, a list, some structure. Sarah comes in on 2 wheels, got her bird in the back seat, most of her things packed up in the trunk. No job, but, good vibes. Always get good vibes with Sarah. So she comes in. We share a 1-bedroom. Yes, a 1-bedroom apartment for 6 months. So you guys are going to do great, okay? I know it. But yes, so we're very different, but I have learned a lot from Sarah in 6 years. Sarah moves very, very slowly in the best way, and sometimes in the ways where you want her to move faster. But in the slowness, Sarah has taught me a lot about what it means to slow down, to enjoy things, to not rush from one thing to the next. And so I love that Michael is in that same pace of life as Sarah. They are so perfect and so slow together. And they just meander wherever they go, to and fro, and it's very sweet. And I love that you get to meander with her now. Another thing I have learned from Sarah is to, Sarah needs time to process. I'm real fast and like to respond fast. Sarah likes to sit and think, and Michael is learning this a lot too, and needs to mull it over, which is great. And I have grown a lot because Sarah has taught me it's okay to stop and listen and actually think. You will have to give her a time cutoff, though, and say, hey, we got to circle back and address the things, But I'm excited for you guys to get to do that together as you step into marriage and get to process things together and learn from each other and communicate better and learn what each other needs. So get ready, Michael. Another thing about Sarah is she loves to dance. I mean, right now, come on. Yes. At any and all moments are an opportunity to dance, to have a good time. We have a sign in our kitchen that says this kitchen is, we did have a sign in our kitchen. It's the end of an era, guys. Remember, 6 years. That said, this kitchen is for dancing, which that sign's yours. So it's going to come to your apartment, Michael. So get ready to dance in the kitchen. But Sarah and I have seen a lot of life together. We have found new jobs together. We have made friends together. We have been on many a road trip, which this story I'm about to tell is really irrelevant, but I just feel like it's a great picture of our friendship. We had 2 weddings in 2 weekends in different states. One was in Ohio and one was in Destin. And naturally, we're cheap and we're like, no, we shouldn't fly. That makes no sense. We'll drive 12 hours to go to this wedding in the Prius and stay in a sketchy Airbnb because we're cheap and it's fine. It was a basement with no windows. But we came out alive. And then we're like, yes, we'll then drive 7-8 hours to Destin, Florida 4 days later for another wedding. And that, I feel like, is the nature of Sarah. She is up for fun. She is up for adventure. And Michael, I know you've gotten to see this and experience it. And you just get to do fun things. Anything is an opportunity for fun with Sarah. And having gotten to spend 6 years of doing literally all of the things together, from washing our car windows, laundry, sitting on the couch, unmoving for 24 hours, you'll just get to do all the things, and it will be fun. And so I'm so excited for you guys to get to do that in marriage, as best friends, and as you step into just the next season, as you figure out where you're headed and what you're doing, know that you always have us in your corner, just literally around the corner, less than half a mile away for now. But I love you, Sarah. Michael, I love you too. But Michael, I need you to come up here real quick. I have something for you. This is not a drill, come on. Michael's gonna hate this. He hates to love these things. But having lived with Sarah for 6 years, Michael, I've learned a lot, okay? And this little book here I made you is a survival guide, okay? Now, this is not a drill. There are important things that could save you in here. So that is for you. Keep it on hand. The back gives you directions on how to use it, when to use it, frequency. Keep it in your pocket, close. But I do just want to share one that you need to know, like, starting tonight, okay? If anyone really knows Sarah, mornings are not... That was so rude. Mornings are not her time of day. Thank you. Anna knows. So the very first note in that book is, do not engage with her. Let her engage with you in the morning, okay? And I learned this the hard way, Michael. Our very first time living together. We shared a room in Africa for a month. We thought we knew each other. We're like, we'll be roommates. It'll be great. It's so fun. And then she moves to Atlanta, and we're like really roommates in a tiny 1-bedroom sharing a bathroom. And my roommate in college and I would get up and just gab and like talk about our days that we were going to have and the plans we had. So I thought Sarah would be the same way. And Sarah has dagger eyes in the morning. And they cut deep, okay? So we would be like brushing our teeth, and I would be like, oh my gosh, what do you have planned for the day? And the daggers would just cut across the mirror. And so I learned very quickly, you don't speak to her, she will speak to you when she's ready, okay? But everything else you need to be successful as her roommate is in that book. And like Mr. You're gonna text me and you're gonna understand, okay? You're gonna get it. Just like Mr. Larry was giving her away, I also feel like I am giving her away to you as a roommate, okay? So this is a big deal, okay? So, love you guys. Cheers to Sarah and Michael.
Thank you, David and Allie, for those awesome words. Next up, guys, we are going to have our bride and groom. We're going to come up. They wanted to say a few words to you guys. So go ahead and welcome them on up. Give her a second.
We just want to say thank you for everybody. Thank you to everybody for being here. Obviously, Mr. and Miss Freeman putting this on. I guess I should call you mom and dad at some point. But yeah, we know it takes time and money and energy to make it happen, to get out here. And like she said earlier, it's like y'all come from different cities and different states and everything. And man, God is good. And he has blessed us with so many good friends. And it's interesting to see all of our friends and families from different areas of our lives all here in one spot. It really just reminds me that we are so loved by you guys. And we're so happy that we're together. And that you guys are here to see this time. That's pretty much it. We just want to say thank you guys. And thank you for being here. And Sarah wanted to say something as well.
I just have one small announcement. On your way out or whatever, there's a little apron and a guest book. I want the guest book for memory's sake, so please sign it so I can look back and see and remember who's here. And then 2, there's an apron that I'm probably Michael's probably going to wear when he cooks all the time. And you can just put like tips, marriage advice, whatever. There's some statements already on there. And I would love to have that as a sweet memory, so please sign that on your way. It's somewhere on your way out. But that's all. Anyways, it's time to party.